Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Sunday celebration of love. And as I was watching and listening the opening video, I thought, is it speeding up? What happened there? I think two videos got compressed into one. It was pretty funny. So I'll have to get that fixed. Oh. So, welcome. And we come together on a Sunday morning to celebrate the oneness, the interconnectedness in each of us. And so this morning we have the beautiful, beautiful Deb Chamberlain as our guest musician, and all the way from New Jersey. We have Judy Southern all the way from BC as our practitioner today, and I'm Reverend Helen Bello. Our theme for December is illumination. Illumination, the act or process of making something clearer and brighter. And how about making our minds clearer and brighter, illuminating the light within our heart space? And so, let me ask you, what's waiting to be illumined within you? And I'm going to say good morning, Nick and Marg and Reverend O and Reverend Wita, and thank you for joining in this morning. You're welcome to leave comments in the chat, and we can converse back and forth a little bit. To start us off, I'm going to bring in Deb Chamberlain with her beautiful, beautiful music. Welcome, Deb.
Good morning. Good morning, Toronto. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Reverend Helen and Judy.
Good morning. And I'm going to leave it to you to start us off with Illuminate.
All right.
Which goes right with our background theme that we chose this morning.
Perfect.
Of all the stars and the light illuminating.
Awesome. Okay. Still your mind, dry your tears. I heard the angels whisper in my ear. Open your eyes. You don't have to be afraid. You are here to walk in faith. So I pray, pour your light through me. This mystic soul needs your light to see. As I bathe in your mystery, I feel my spirit rise. Your light moves my feet, pulls pulls me toward my highest destiny. You make it simple to believe the glory in my eyes. Darkness looms for those who fear the truth, but my eyes only see the way to you. That way is love, and I have seen her face. Now I am here to walk in grace. So pour your light through me. This mystic soul needs your light to see. As I bathe in your mystery, I feel my spirit rise. Your light moves my feet, pulls me toward my highest destiny. You make it simple to believe the glory in my eyes. Illuminate my mind, ruminate my joy, eliminate my doubt, as your light fills the void. As you pour your light through me, for all of humanity, as we bathe in your majesty, we feel our spirit rise. Your light moves our feet, pulls us toward our highest destiny. You make it simple to believe the glory in our eyes. Illuminate my mind, illuminate my life, illuminate the world, illuminate.
Beautiful, Deb. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
What a wonderful way to start the morning. And, I think for each of us, we can drop into the sacredness of this light within us, to know that we come together to recognize this universal consciousness of life, of light that is within each one of us. All people, all faiths, all sentient beings are the sameness. And yet we all have this individual expression of the one light. But when we are connected to it, we can illuminate and allow our light to shine so brightly. And so, as it is with light, so it is with life. And I invite you to just take your hands and place them on your heart for a moment and breathe into that beautiful light within you. Allow it to be illuminated so that we walk in grace together and we recognize the one cosmic heart that we all share with all people everywhere. And so to say to ourselves, yes, I will listen to this inner voice of truth that says to me, I am light, I am love, I am kindness, I am goodness, I am beauty, I am wisdom, I am justice, I am truth, I am wholeness. And affirming all of this together, we rise in our minds to recognize how each one of us is part of an infinite whole, of life itself. And so, to rise up into this consciousness, to honor the life we have the privilege of experiencing on this earth plane, and to see the light in each one of us. I recognize that this is the consciousness that is the key to joyous living. And so I embrace it, I breathe it in, and I let it go on the exhale. And so it is. And I'm going to bring Deb and our practitioner of the day as well, Judy Southern, in. And Deb's going to take us into our invocation song, and Judy will affirm it all in prayer. So take it away, Deb.
Beautiful. There's only one reason for the season. Only one. Only one. One reason for the season. Call it joy. Call it peace. Call it love. Can you feel the magic of the season in the hearts of every boy and girl, far and near, year after year, awaiting a new hope for the world, hope that grows with the minutes and the hours, even on the dark longest night, resting assured every prayer is heard, and blessed with the return of the light, for the one reason for the season. Only one, only one. One reason for the season. Call it joy, call it peace, call it love. And whatever sorrow, whatever triumphs, whatever stories the year has told, may our hearts embrace the whole human race as we let the miracles unfold, for the one reason for the season. There's only one, only one. One reason for the season. Call it joy, call it peace, call it love.
What I know is that I am one with life, and all of life is one with me. Life with a capital L, and I call it the divine presence of God. that expresses itself in physical form as me, everywhere. It expresses itself everywhere. It's in the visible and the invisible. And I know that this presence is the greatest power ever, and it is the power back of all creation. And so, as it is in me, I am empowered with the attributes of the divine, as we all are. So, knowing who we are, let's be conscious of the light within us that shines a light on our life path, our life journey. And in this December, as the days grow shorter and there's more physical darkness, let us know the light within, illuminating and revealing all the good, all the love and the blessings, all the truth and the beauty and the joy. And how appropriate during this time as we move towards the winter solstice that we begin to open to light and to make clear our way. And so, in gratitude, I give deepest thanks for the light within us all and all the Christmas lights that are symbols of the light within us, illuminating our lives. I release these words as the expression of God that I am. I let them be so, and so it is.
There in your heart, you are still that little girl, that little boy who never gives up hoping for one more season of joy, for the one reason for the season. There's only one. There's only one. One reason for the season. Call it joy, call it peace, call it love. Call it joy, call it peace for all of us. Call it the season of love.
That was so beautiful. Thank you. And I'm listening to the lyrics, Deb, and I'm thinking, I could write talks around all of your lyrics and all of your songs this
Go for
week.
it.
They're beautiful. Thank you. And thank you, Judy, for the lovely affirmative prayer and mentioning also Christmas lights, because one of my favorite things to do is to drive around Toronto and see all the lights on the houses and the trees. And um wow, thank you. How are you?
I am well. I am
Good,
well.
good, good.
I am well, and our theme of illumination. I mean, it really does fit all the Christmas lights. I mean,
Yeah.
just as a symbol, it represents the light within us. And I guess I think of illumination as kind of equivalent to spiritual insight. You know, shining
Mhm.
a light on the situations in our lives. And for me, certainly, spiritual insight is shining a light on my life. I've had lots of situations in my life, especially these last 20 months or so, and uh, everything is bringing me much more clarity. Um, and what's helping is, all the spiritual practices that I've been trained to and have they've evolved in my life as practices. But every now and again, I shift. And I've shifted in the last 2 months. It's been very noticeable. And what's been very helpful is the classes, the consciousness studies classes have been very helpful in helping me change embedded habits and automatic reactions. So I've had a heightened awareness of all of that. There's just no end to the growth, but I've just had a heightened awareness, and so habits and language. I've made some shifts, some maybe not noticeable to others, but certainly noticeable to me. and noticing what serves me and what doesn't serve me. So, there's just no end to the growth.
Well, I think
And think about it. My life here has changed dramatically. I lived alone for like 12 years, as a widow and as a wife visiting my husband in long-term care. And now I'm a family of 5 and a dog. And I'm a cat person. I'm a cat person. But all of that has given me an opportunity to look at my life, to look at who I am, how I speak, what habits I have. I've been really thrown myself or been thrown into a whole new life, and learning and growing, and just shining a light on everything about me and about my life and about life in general.
well,
So
and isn't it so easy when we're alone? It's like, oh, I'm good. But it's when we have to actually live with other people that it's like, okay, I have a few things I need to shift and change within myself here.
I am becoming a very, very good navigator and mediator.
And shining your light and love.
And
What a
loving
gift
it, and
here.
loving it, really. I
Yeah.
mean, there's just so much to be learned, and so much joy, really, in all of this. And it's all very, very rewarding.
Oh, beautiful, Judy. And I think that's the other part of it is to um, to see how rewarding it can be, even though, change sometimes is not always that easy, and moving in with other people, and even if they're beloved family members and a dog, that you can still bring your light and love. And
And he's a new dog. He's a puppy. He's lovely. He's lovely. So,
oh, how sweet. Wonderful. Thank you. Would you like to take us through our affirmation,
okay.
which is sort of perfect for what you were just saying?
And there it is. So,
Yes.
the loving intelligence of the universe guides my life. And I'll say it one more time, and just say it to yourself wherever you are. The loving intelligence of the universe guides my life. Namaste.
Mm, thank you. And certainly, Judy, from the stories we've been sharing, and the um, you've allowed that loving intelligence to guide your life, and you, honor yourself for that. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. All right, we'll have you back later.
Okay.
All right, thanks. I'm going to bring Deb back. Okay, I turned myself off instead of bringing Deb back because I am going to bring Deb back for our feature song. And I love your music, Deb, and they're all originals. They're all written by you, and you just have such a beautiful way of bringing the lyrics and the melodies to such a moving place within me. Anyways, I'll own it for myself. So
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
you're so welcome. And so take it away.
Awesome. This is a song I wrote called Magical. It's magical. It's like a miracle when all the stars align. It's practical, it is merely factual when we are of one mind, the mind of the divine. All of your blessings, they all come just for you. But there's so much more they're here for, more than you or I could ever do. It's magical. It's like a miracle when all the stars align. It's practical, it is merely factual when we are of one mind, the mind of the divine. So when you're down and lonely, and all your hope is gone, just remember this: heaven's kiss is waiting for you with the dawn, and you will see that it's magical. It's like a miracle when all the stars align. It's practical, it is merely factual. We are of one mind, the mind of the divine. So all you need to do is close your eyes, listen to your heart, and let the sun rise and feel it, 'cause it's magical. It's like a miracle when all the stars align. It's practical, it is merely factual when we are of one mind, the mind of the divine. We are of one mind, the mind of the
So beautiful and just tender, sweet, and pure. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I love, I love the words, the lyrics. It's magical, like a miracle when all the stars align. So that's the love part. But it's simply practical, merely factual when we are of one mind. That's the law operating through us, the soul of our being that is simply receiving all these beautiful ideas that are waiting to land into us and be created through us as us. The mind of the divine. And I love this lyric as well. All of your blessings, they all come just for you. But there's so much more, and they're here for more than you and I could ever do. You know, sometimes we don't understand why an idea, it's like, why me? Why me? Why would this moment of inspiration land through me? Because it's here for more than what we can ever do. It's in contribution and service to the highest and best good of all of us. Alan Watts, who's an English writer and theologian, wrote, "How is it possible that a being a being. So that would be us. And I really do like to interject into people's quotes. I'll just say the quote, then I'll interject. How is it possible that a being with such sensitive jewels as the eyes, such enchanted musical instruments as the ears, and such fabulous arabesque of nerves as the brain can experience itself as anything less than a god? So, how is it possible that we, with such jewels of eyes and the musical instruments of our ears and those arabesques of nerves, right? The nerves, they just extend all over our brain. How can it experience anything less? How can we experience ourselves anything less than God? You know, we've had so many conversations in class about duality versus oneness. And really, in the consciousness classes, it's coming to this understanding that there's nothing outside of us. We are it as it at all times. And there are an infinite number of ideas wandering around the universe. Consciousness, an infinite number of ideas that are consciousness and have volition, choice, looking for someone to receive them. And so it's maybe choosing Sibylla, because I know you're watching Sibylla. And then maybe another idea is choosing Rev Wita Joie. And another idea is choosing Nick. And another idea is choosing Hester. Our ideas, or the ideas that are wandering around the universe, are spirit capable of interacting with us, driven by this single impulse. And that impulse is to be made manifest in the world we're living in. How many of you have been paid a visit by an idea, have had this possibility land, and you've said, no, not possible, too much, couldn't happen for me? And also, how many times have you said that idea about someone else when they come to you with an idea in your mind, you're going, that's a really bad idea. But you're saying yes, oh, great, good. But in your mind, you're really thinking something else. You are limiting the pure potentiality of yourself and of others when you do that. Or when I do that. I'm guilty of doing that. I kept saying no to an idea over the years. No, not mine to do. No, no, no. That I had a conversation with somebody on Thursday and they said, Helen, you have to do this. And I went, okay, yes, I have to do this. This is mine to do. This is mine to do. But, manifestation is something that is created in this physical world through a thought, a feeling, and a belief. And if you don't believe it's possible, it's not going to be created through you. It requires us to remain enchanted with the idea of being in the present moment, being open, and saying yes, at least saying yes, and taking it in and letting it sit within you to see whether it's really yours to do or not. But I know from previous experience in my own life, when I just am a closed system and I say, nope, can't do that. Nope, not going to work. There's no chance for me to even take it in and really consider, is this mine to do? Because my ego gets in the way. My ego says, oh, no, not not yours to do, and here's all the reasons why. This is why your idea is not so enchanting. So if you're wondering what to do next in your life, be mindful. Be mindful of when you shut down. Be mindful of when you say, that's a bad idea. Be mindful when you say no to something and ask yourself, am I really being open or am I being a closed system here? And the other thing you want to do is be very mindful of when you are complaining. We have this 8-week directive in our class of no complaining. And as Elizabeth Gilbert says in Big Magic, when you are complaining, you are scaring inspiration away. You're scaring it away. So stop scaring away inspiration. Get rid of the complaining. On Friday night, I went to see Ashley McIsaac. For those of you who don't know him, he is a musical genius, star fiddler player from Nova Scotia, who is just, he's off the charts genius, unbelievable musician. And it was great. It was my first live music concert in 20 months. And he also had a guest musician, Julie Black, who's a wonderful, wonderful vocalist. And, she said something really interesting. She said, before the pandemic, I used to say, I've got to get to rehearsal. I've got to get to the show. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. She said, now she's so grateful for being in front of an audience. She's so grateful for the opportunity to sing. She says, I get to go to rehearsal. I get to go to work. I get to sing in front of people. Gratitude. Gratitude and a mind shift of, I get to do this, not I've got to do this. I get to. It is a privilege of all the things we get to do. It is a privilege that I get to empty the dishwasher as opposed to, I think I'll let it sit and hope somebody else empties it. I get to clean my home. I get to go out for a walk, not I have to go out for a walk. Or nowadays, I'm on the elliptical at 6 a.m. in my gym because I can book the gym. So I get to go and be on the elliptical, which means I get to listen to audiobooks while I'm on the elliptical, and I get to work out. And I am grateful for that. So, be aware of your energy and your mindset of I've got to versus I get to. I asked someone the other day who got Invisalign and had been having a lot of dental problems. I'm like, wow, fantastic. How is that for you? Oh, it's awful. It's terrible. It's such a pain. And they went on to tell me how much they dislike it. And I didn't say anything, but I felt really sad for that person that they weren't able to see that they get to fix their dental problems. They are privileged to have their teeth fixed. And that there are a lot of people in this world who don't get to do that. So be aware of when you're complaining in your mind. Be aware when you're complaining and just blurting out all the things you don't like. Because the way to stay open to inspiration is by being in gratitude for the big things and all those little things. And the essential ingredients for creativity and creating and allowing inspiration to drop into you, well, that's the same for every single person. And Elizabeth Gilbert says this in Big Magic. And if you haven't read the book, I highly recommend it. It is a brilliant book on living a creative, and I'm also going to say conscious life. So she says courage, enchantment, permission, persistence, and trust. And those elements are universally accessible. which does not mean that creative living is always easy. It merely means that creative living is always possible. It is always possible. And so to stay open to receiving what is yours to do, to be enchanted, to dance with the universe, and to say, yes, this is mine to do. Or maybe, oh, thank you so much for that idea, universe. Bless you. And as Elizabeth Gilbert says, you don't want the universe knowing that you're difficult to work with by being a curmudgeon and ungrateful for what does land through you. You say, thank you. Thank you. This is what it means to walk in grace. And then Ernest Holmes says, when you do say yes to an idea, get the mental pattern of it, make it perfect, know just what it means, enlarge your thought. So don't get the idea and then shrink and contract. Expand into it, explore all the possibilities. And then he also says, keep it to yourself. Pass it over to the creative power behind all things. So, in other words, surrender it into that infinite creative power of the universe. And then wait, listen, and when that impression comes, follow it. Follow it with assurance. Don't talk to anyone about it. Never listen to negative talk or pay attention to it. For then you will create where others fail to do so. We have to be open and allow that inspiration to land. You know, we're already connected to everything we think is missing from life. Below and above the ranges that our eyes and ears can perceive, the entire activity of creation, this creative energy is always flowing, but it remains invisible and inaccessible until we are willing to say yes, and we shift from the sensory searching. So, you know, it's got to be out here in the world of form, to diving deep within ourselves, to trust what we know, because it's there that we will uncover and discover the magical possibilities and feel inspired. It's up to us to have a conscious realignment so that our beingness, our thinking, our feeling match up vibrationally with an understanding that we are our God self. And this is the mystical, magical recognition of who we truly are that allows for this conscious alignment. So when we tune into what we know versus what we see, we immediately will find that every thought of love only is repeated infinitely throughout the universe. And then we can open ourselves up and witness as some of these magical, mystical ideas enter our mind, and remain true to who we are. The spiritual truth is there is only now. And when this moment passes, it will be replaced by another one. And to use up our present now, being consumed with a no, and here's all the reasons why it's a no, or being consumed with a future now, well, what's going to happen if this happens and that happens, only to turn it into a then, is a prescription for the absence of inspiration. And since there is only now, learning to live in it and enjoy every present moment is the same as being in spirit. Be in spirit. And when you say yes, That thought then moves deep into your soul, which is part of the universal soul, which is the principle of creation beneath the thought. Think of your soul like diving into butter. And I happen to really like butter. It could be vegan butter if you want. But think of your soul like diving into butter. It's this receptive medium, it's soft and pliable, into which your inspirational idea falls, and then it's received, and then you can mold it into whatever you desire it to be. That's what your soul does. It's subjective to this inspirational idea from spirit, but it's always impersonal. And so, when you dive into your soul, you'll always find that subjective law. And you're either compelled to receive it and act upon your enchanting idea, or you repel it. And that's where we have volition, that's where we have choice. But know that your soul is part of the universal soul and is the servant to your thoughts. It's the medium of your thoughts to bring these enchanting ideas into manifestation. So, imagine that you could just live like the background of our live stream today in the stars, and just allow the illumination of the stars to guide you, the illumination of light within you and the universe. And you're there. You're there and you're open and you're saying yes. Kind of sounds like a Disney movie, actually. But this stuff works. This stuff works. So when you're open to it and you're in that magical, mystical place, recognize there is science backing it up all the way, where it's like, yeah, you say yes to that idea and you let it fall into that place in your soul so deeply, where it just then grows and it's manifested, and you don't even know how, because it happens. It happens because it must, because you've allowed it into the soul of your being, which is part of the universal soul, which we also call law. And the law always says yes to what we desire to manifest. But we have to be willing to receive it. So, Ernest Holmes says expectancy. Once you have that idea, expect it to happen. If you've received it so deeply, you can expect your good. You can expect greater good tomorrow. You can expect all kinds of people to show up and support you along the way. You can expect new experiences that open you up to even more. Try on this magic of expectancy and open yourself up to new ideas, new ways of experiencing life in each and every moment. And what if we could just live in that enchanting, expectant place? To open yourself up to so many enchanting encounters. One of the biggest lessons I had this week was how my own limited thinking and beliefs about myself kept me in a place of saying no, until everything lined up, and it was the way this one person said, Helen, this is yours to do. Do it. And I finally went, you're right. It is mine to do. And I don't know how. I don't know all the details. I don't even need to know. But what I do know is that it's a done deal in mind. I have received it into the soul of creation. and everything else will show up absolutely perfectly. So, can you open yourself up to many enchanting encounters and allow the intuitive knowledge within you that is an illumination of the soul to reveal a direct impression of divine clearness? Because that's what this month is all about: illumination, a direct impression of divine clearness. And so, with that, I say thank you and breathe into your heart space. And just in your own mind, say, yes, I'm open to this mystical, magical, enchanting encounter with many, many divine ideas to be created through me, as me. I am willing to receive. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to bring up our, when I get to graphics, our divine giving affirmation. I live in a universe of abundance. Okay, so yes, I can't just leave a quote alone. I live in a universe of divine abundance. It is filled with inspiration, moments of enchantment, possibilities that I've never dreamed of in my life. And as I freely and joyfully give to my spiritual center, I expand my consciousness for more of that good. For I recognize I am the flow of abundance I share with all life. As I give, I receive. And so it is. Oh, yeah, I just can't leave it alone. So, everyone, this month, um, our tithe, 10% of what you donate to the center, goes to the Greater Contribution. It is an organization out of Los Angeles, and it helps women in Uganda with education, jobs, creating a sustainable income, um, starting their own business. And the great thing is, everything, everything that we donate this month to the Greater Contribution is matched dollar for dollar. And so our contribution will be doubled to this organization. And that is matched by someone in the organization who said, I am matching all donations that are given in December, the month of December. So you can go to globaltruthcentertoronto.com and send in your donation. Also, you can join us for class at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. We've got a great crew of people and lots of wonderful, lively conversation. You can pick up the book Big Magic. You can listen to it on Audible. We're also reading The Science of Mind, and a great combination of understanding of who we are, the true nature of our being, which is God, and opening ourselves up to so many possibilities and living a creative life, which, that's what we're meant to do, is create all the time. If we're not creating, it's time to leave this earth plane, go create somewhere else. Judy is available for affirmative prayer after the celebration today. You can call her at 236-505-3883. And I'm just going to bring you on there, Judy. Anything you want to say about
No, I'm
treatment,
here. I'm ready.
giving?
I'm ready.
She's ready. She's ready. Let her know the truth for you. Let her open up your mind, clear the channels for that divine inspiration.
For sure.
And then the last thing is yeah, for sure. You can also join us for Spirit Breath Meditation at 8 a.m. and noon. You can go to welcomehome.space. It's by love offering, any amount or nothing. I don't care. You can just show up and meditate. We have a great crew of people that show up at both 8 a.m. and noon. And it's again opening up your mind to those beautiful possibilities that are awaiting you. So we'll see you there. And with that, I'm going to say thank you, everyone, for joining in today. Thank you for your beautiful words on the live stream. Sabella, Marg, Rev Rita, Joie. Oh, Reverend Fred. I don't know why I am echoing. Oh, that's better. Good to see you all, and Hester and Margaret Ann. Thank you so much. I'm going to bring Deb back for our final song of the morning.
Yay. What a beautiful message. Thank you so much, Reverend Helen. Thank you so
Ah,
much for that.
you're so welcome.
And thank you all for those beautiful comments in the chat. I have no clue how to chat back, so sorry.
Yeah. Well, the thing is you can't from Restream. You have to
Okay.
actually be on another device.
That's fine.
But just,
So thank you
saying
all.
thank you is great. They hear it.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I'm going to take you out with a song that I wrote called The Abundance Prayer. And this is about the abundance of light and guidance that's always inside of us in that spark of life. It's a little bit of has a feel a little bit of like an Irish drinking song, so you can grab your coffee mug and sway with me. May God's spark within shine its light. May the flame of love burn so bright that the whole world can see our true reality is the awesome abundance of life. I know a place that's quiet, where stillness fills the air, where darkness disappears into the light that's everywhere. I go there in the morning and linger through the day. It gives me everything I need to soothe me as I pray. May God's spark within shine its light. May the flame of love burn so bright that the whole world can see our true reality is the awesome abundance of life. Whenever there's a moment of pain, despair, or doubt, I know that I can go within so I may flow without. And in that sweet surrender, I open up my heart to all the good that waits for me that this world can impart. May God's spark within shine its light. May the flame of love burn so bright that the whole world can see our true reality is the awesome abundance of life. The peaceful abundance, the promised abundance, the perfect abundance of light. Awakened abundance, amazing abundance, astounding abundance of life. As God's spark within shines its light, may the flame of love burn so bright that the whole world can see our true reality is the awesome abundance of life. Yes, the whole world will see our true reality is the awesome abundance of life. The awesome abundance of life.
I love it. You need Ashley McIsaac playing his fiddle along with you.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah, really.
Thank you.
That would be brilliant. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a fabulous, fabulous Sunday and week, and we'll see you next week. Bye for
Thank
now.
you. Bye.